What's up, guys? I'm back in the shop. It is Friday, the 30th of January, and I just picked up this car a few days ago. It was part of a trade that I engaged with another person. But so I picked this car up, and it had a few problems. The strut was messed up, so I had to redo the strut on the driver's side, front driver's side, and then the EGR feedback sensor was bad. It's an EGR feedback pressure sensor. It's like emissions stuff. So that is what I bought, and I'm just gonna go ahead and replace that. I've been searching for windows on Craigslist, and I'm coming across some really good prices for windows. I'm going for brand new windows. My parents are replacing the windows at their house, and so I have available to me the old windows, but I'm not really digging those old windows just because the glass almost seems like plexiglass. Yes, it is double pane, but the glass just doesn't feel like, like actual glass. It just feels almost plastic-like. They've been on that house since it was built in the 1960s. So, so they have those windows, but I don't think I want them for my tiny house. For my tiny house, I'm gonna go ahead and find some really good brand new windows, and I've been debating whether I should do radiant floor heating. I think it's a great way to go, especially for a camper. I'm also debating what to use for heat. Do I want to run propane heat, or do I want waste oil heat? So the last 2 months that I spent working on my furnace, I also spent building waste oil heaters. So I built several different kinds of waste oil heaters, and I also tested them. But I focused more on the Babington style burners, because those were the easiest, in my opinion, to not only to build, but they also are trouble-free, maintenance-free. Well, actually, nothing really is maintenance-free, but I was attracted to them because of that. So I tried and built several different kinds of Babington style burners, and I have one that I'm going to show you. It's actually sitting at that corner, and it shoots out a flame about this big, so it's about 2 feet maybe, something like that. But it burns waste oil, it burns waste motor oil, waste vegetable oil, and any kinds of oils you want to throw in there, it'll burn that. So I need to figure out how to heat my house. I also need to figure out. So those are the preliminary steps that I'm sort of the pre-planning before I decide to get my flooring done. Is, do I want to run radiant heat flooring? Do I want to incorporate PEX pipes within my floors, just in case? Maybe I don't want to buy. Maybe I don't want to spend $2,000 buying a propane boiler, but I want to go ahead and put the PEX pipes just in case in the future I want to run that. So that's sort of what's on my mind right now, currently. I'm getting closer and closer to my starting budget for this house. I'm hoping that by next week I will have enough to actually begin. Um, the other thing I have to do before I put the floor on the trailer is I have to wire the lights in the back, because I wasn't paying attention when I was, tearing apart the camper. So some of those wires are in a pile. I got a pile over there just filled with wires. So I'd have to rewire the lights in the back, the brake lights and the turn signals, and then I'll have to rewire the brake drums, the electric drums, the brake drums on the wheels of the camper. And so once I've got the brakes and the lights figured out, then I could do the floor. Another thing is I've decided to forego having a flush toilet, so I'm just gonna do probably do a composting toilet. Just because it's simpler, I don't have to deal with the tank, the black water tank. Now, on this trailer, I had both black and gray water tanks, but I think I'll combine both of those and just call them two gray water tank, or actually I could just have them specifically hold water from my sink. So I'll have both of those two tanks combined together, and they will hold water from my sink. And then for my shower, I will have to have another tank that I'll put right there by the front where I intend to put my shower, the front of the trailer. I'm pointing over there, but you can't see it, but I'm looking at it right now. But that's the front of my trailer, where I intend to put that. And that tank is going to hold, the water from my shower. My freshwater tank is going to be under my master bed, so that's going to be back over there. I don't know what capacities I want these tanks to be. I know I want them to hold enough water for me to survive for at least a month without running out. So that's kind of what I have in mind. Those are sort of the plans, the things that I've been debating. So first things first, get this vehicle out of here, get it done and out. Bring in one more, get that done, and then get going on this camper. So, peoples, I will make sure to holla sometime soon. And